It's pretty late at night right now. I'm not gonna give that little hey yo hello whatever I'd fucking do, but I am Harley Moon, and this is the On the Moon podcast. And well, we're gonna get someone on the phone here. I'm hoping that little buzzing, that cell phone noise that you typically hear on electronics. I'm hoping that's not really seeping through here on this recording. I apologize in advance. We're gonna really just kind of test some shit out here, see how it works out. If it sounds good, this will get posted and you'll hear it. So, going through some trial and error. I'm gonna call my buddy Biz right now. So he doesn't know. He's not really ready for this. Well, I told him I was going to call him tonight, but I feel like it might be a little late. So we'll see here. We're going to see if he answers the phone right now. And if there is any buzzing like that little noise or whatever. I had a few beers tonight. We'll say that much. That's why I'm all goofy. So here we go. He has no idea about this either. So we're just going to do it. Fuck it. Hey, what up? Okay.
Hey, sorry.
That's all good. This is yeah.
What?
I'm recording right now.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, this is so good already.
So you did the intro, like the intro's done.
Yeah,
Alright.
yep. I already did the intro. The little song. Yeah. So
Well, hold on one second.
okay.
Sorry. Hold on. Alright, yeah, I didn't know how we were gonna do this, so
Neither did I.
I just watched the new Deftones video. I'm like shook right now. as you
Really?
could say.
Is it like so? It's good.
Dude, it's so fucking good. Like, fuck every other band.
Yeah. Okay. So what? I mean, like, what kind of vibe are they putting out with this new tune?
I don't know how to describe it. I mean, it's definitely like authentically, Deftones, but it's, definitely them moving into a new type of era. It's definitely got that, it just got that Deftones signature sound, but it's like brand new and like the video just complimented it like so good. Like, I would encourage anybody to go look up Deftones Ohms. It's the fucking
Ohms.
bomb.
So you say ohms, right?
Yeah, Ohms. Yeah.
It's like
electricity ohms.
yeah, like OHMES.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm glad I spelled that right.
You can spell. Look at you.
You know what? No, fuck that, dude. I was the 5th grade spelling bee champion. Wait, no, hold on. I think I was. No, I was no, I got that wrong. I was a spelling bee champion at some point in elementary. I don't remember the grade. Apparently my more proud moment was bubblegum bubble champion in 5th grade. I got that mixed up. Sorry.
Well, in the 5th grade, you blew the biggest bubble.
Yeah, I did. Dude, I fucking crushed it.
I think I remember you blowing a couple pretty good bubbles.
Dude,
back in the day.
Dude, I was a baseball fanatic back then. I was
Baseball chew.
oh, dude, fucking big league chew.
Oh yeah, big league.
Actually, I actually got some big league chew on my desk right now.
Yeah.
It's funny because like It was actually I actually bought it like, not that long ago because I was thinking like I was like, when was the last time I actually had this shit? I think I was a kid, and so I don't know. It's kind of funny that that was actually brought up. What's that noise you're making?
Oh, I'm doing I'm doing my trash right now.
Okay. Oh,
Um,
okay.
so
We should.
for anyone who's listening to this,
Yeah.
I'm a custodian. I'm a real winner. And I'm taking out the trash right now.
There
So
you.
y'all know.
And okay, so right now Biz is he's out the Eastern time zone, in Detroit, and I'm out in the Pacific time zone. So it's 12:30 a.m. roughly out here, so that means it's 3:30 in the morning out there, and he's working. And I'm not trying. I'm not trying to say that like, oh yeah, look at him, look at that motherfucker just working at 3:30 in the morning. What a chump! Like,
How dare you?
ah,
How dare you?
yeah. Well, hey man, at least you're fucking working. I'm not. I'm now like reminiscing about my days at my job, and I you know I try to sound like an old guy when I talk about it, but really it's just like like I'm like, oh, I remember back in the day back in February when I was working at this place and I had to deal with a ghost, and yeah, I don't know.
When did you stop working? Like March?
March. Yep, it was March 7th. March 7th was the last day I actually like had a full day of work, and then it was probably, let's see, because um St. Patrick's Day out. It was St. Patrick's Day here in Oregon where it was officially shut down, and so it was. Yeah. I think I got the call. Oh, I got the call. Oh no, I got the call 5 days before that. So it was. So I think it was March 12th. I got the call from my boss, pretty much just saying like, yeah, your shifts are canceled, and who knows when we're going back to work.
So you're coming up on 6 months.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty close to that. Uh, yeah, and yeah, and then I found out I had to find out through the local news that basically my work isn't coming back for the rest of the year. I mean, it was kind of like something you should. I don't know. It's kind of an assumption already, but then like I see something on YouTube and I'm like, oh hey, the Schnitzer Hall, and I'm like, that's one of the venues I work at, um and like the symphony, like the organ and symphony, which they do all their concerts in. It's a majority of the concerts or events that go on in that venue, and they just canceled for yeah, they had canceled for the rest of the year, and yeah, there's really no plans of what it looks like for 2021, and yeah, who fucking knows really? I mean, shit, because entertainment and all that was the first to go, and it'll be the last to come back.
So that's how you found out, was through YouTube?
Yeah, and I mean, look, yeah, oh yeah, kind of. It was a bit of an ouch, but at the same time, like, it just wasn't really much of a surprise. Yeah, it was. So I'm not really shitting on my work as far as that. Please don't fire me if I have to come back to work for a little bit. And if anyone's hearing this from my work, don't fucking fire me, please. Uh, yeah, right. Nah, they don't. Look. 6 people listen to this shit right now at best. So, yeah, I don't think my work's gonna fucking. No, they're not gonna know.
What if they did and they were like, yeah, he was talking so much shit. Never hire that little fucker again.
Well,
Fuck him.
I'd have to fire back at them a little bit then, to be honest, because it's not like I like really name dropped who I work for specifically, and so the fuck what? And you know, like it's not like I'm sitting here being like, yeah, fuck that company. Like, how dare they take me out of work? It's not like I'm, can you imagine that logic? How could you just not let me go to work? It's like, well, there's no fucking concerts. There's no entertainment. Like, I don't know, fucking what the fuck.
At that point, I think you'd just be like, you know, you'd be basically living there, like sleeping at the back door where you would usually be doing, because you work like the fucking the back, like the talent door, right?
A stage door. Stage door.
Stage door.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, so it was for all talent and personnel, staff, whatever. Those were like whoever had something to do with the building. Uh, yeah, they had to go in through there, and I mean, yeah, there was also. I mean, it was always funny whenever patrons or people attending events would just pop in there, and they're like, "Yeah, where do I get tickets?" And I'm like, it's not here, and you just gotta go all the way a little bit down to the next door, and you can there's a box office. It's right there, and then like, I don't know, I feel like there had been someone too that was just like, really, I can't get tickets here. I can't just go in through this next door. It's like, yeah, no, you can't, because that's you're not gonna find your seat that way. And yeah, and so it was and then but the thing was, like, my job was also about making sure no crazy people or no one who wasn't authorized, um like, allowed in. And that was just at one of these three venues. And so, like, like the main one that I worked in was it it had the most responsibilities to handle their, like, for instance, like, there was, like, lost and found. So it had to be well documented whenever like lost and found items were retrieved, and you got to log it in at the end of the night if it happens during a night. If some shit just gets retrieved and it gets reported. And then there's people that have to call up, and they're like, yeah, I think I left this velvet brunette scarf. Like, what's a brunette scarf? And then, like, so then you gotta go fucking look that up.
Scarf.
I don't know, I'm making something up that's not real. Like,
Velvet scarf.
yeah, but the thing is, so so there's this book that you log everything in, and so you look for it, and then you try. Well, you have to also be like, well, all right, man. Like, when did you what event did you attend? Like, when was it? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then just whatever can help you look it up and see if it's actually there before actually digging into all that shit. And so if you see it logged in, then cool. But then even so, you can actually go out of your way and look for it anyway. And if it's there, it's there. If it's not, then okay, then you got to tell them that it's not there. There have been people that have shown up, and they're like, yeah, I came out here about 3 months ago, and or 6 months ago. I actually don't remember exactly, and I left a scarf and a bottle of gin, and I've been looking for it. And it's just yeah. So
I dropped a penny.
Yeah.
I dropped a penny.
It could be anything. It could be fucking anything. And so so I've had to. So I mean, the thing is that we only hold on to things for so long. It's either 30 days or 60 days, and after that it gets donated. And so someone popped in, demand or asking if there was something that was still there from a really long time ago, and I had to be the bearer of bad news and say, like, yeah, like,
your loved one's dead.
Yeah, it's probably somewhere at Goodwill, and it's and it got donated a while ago, and they're just like, huh, you're kidding me. So my jacket is somewhere at a Goodwill, and I'm like, well, yeah, probably. So
You sound like that one like horse thing from back in the day, like that used to be like Charlie, oh Charlie. Or, like,
what?
you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. What like
It was like a Gumby horse or some shit, and like
oh shit. Gumby was
it? Just be like Charlie.
That was wait, was it Gumby's like number 2 or Ride or Die?
I don't know, maybe. I think I was wrong.
Was it brown or red or whatever? I can't remember Gumby either. That was so long ago.
Just disregard what I said.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but anyway, I so I look like a fucking I that's the thing when you it's like you're not gonna make everyone happy doing your job, and so
no.
you so it's like that was like I had nothing to do with that. That wasn't my fucking fault that her shit got donated, and because she took fucking 4 months to come by or 6 months, to look for something that she lost, like why does it take that fucking long? Like where's like I don't understand where like okay, why did it take you so long if you really wanted it that bad? Why did it take you so long to actually come by and retrieve it? It's like it's not like we got a big ass fucking vault of shit that's just stocked in with stuff from the last fucking 30 years. It was frustrating to me, and so then she's like, well, looking at me all like I fucking did something wrong to her. I'm like, I'm just telling her what the fuck was up, and so, it's just like it's just afterwards, and I'm like, god damn, man, like that wasn't even my fault, but apparently.
You ever think maybe she's Canadian, man, and she can't get across the border in time because she's from fucking Alberta or some shit? I don't know.
No. Well,
Did you ever have anyone get like really mad at you, like really fucking mad, like fuck you? Where's your manager?
Well,
kick your ass, like.
Not like that. Not like that. It was, but there was some disappointment here and there where like, especially when I was new and I didn't know like code lingo and stuff. Like for instance, like I can't say off the numbers. I don't think I can do that right now. I don't know. I'll just you'd have to say a certain number, and that calls for security or another part of staff over the fucking radio, and I wasn't nailing that right away, and then plus someone's like asking a specific question, and I'm like, fuck, like if I had been working there longer, I would have known, and so I'm all like, let me radio in this person, and then meanwhile I'm getting kind of chewed out by the person. It's like, yeah, this is the wrong guy. You have to radio and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, Jesus, like, can you tell I'm new? Fuck you, like, jeez. And
so you'd be like butthead, like,
yeah, and I yeah, and I'm like, god damn it. So, no, because like, and there were times where there would be a particular issue, especially if it was lost and found. Like, there was there was this old guy, and he left his wallet got dropped at one of these fucking buildings, and so he was just coming to grab it. And when it comes to wallets or anything that involves like that's expensive, like whether it's like a phone, wallet, money, credit card, anything that's worth of value like that, another some other staff member who has the authority takes it up to a safe into another floor of the building, and so then
Wow.
is yeah so
VIP.
yeah so then there's that, and then but I have nothing to do with that. It's usually taken care of. So then so when so this anyway, there was this older guy, and he came by, and he's like, yeah, I think I left my wallet, or I lost my wallet here, and whatever. And so then I would look it up, and I'm like, yep, yeah, it's here. And so I'd have to radio in somebody to go to the safe and and grab it for him. And so apparently the safe that's is it's a little bit of a bitch, and I guess it needs a certain type of touch for it to open, and no one there at the time actually knew how to really do it. And so it created this guy, and meanwhile this guy drove I think he drove an hour away just to grab it. And and so like we're all like, god damn it, man, this guy drove all the way out here, and this was his second time driving out there too. So it's got to get annoying. And so this guy was nice. This guy was very nice to me in the beginning, and then he started getting a little bit more angry. And I'm like, I get it, dude. Like, I'll just fucking take it, whatever. And it's so. So then what ended up happening was I ended up having to really. It was like my boss, whoever the boss that I report to. I got a couple of them, but the one that I really report to. She had to, she had to tell him what was going on, and so this guy left pretty upset, and it's like you can't blame the guy. There's something, there was a fuck up, or it's just bad timing with not having the right person that has that right touch. He just showed up at a particular time where certain people that work there during the day just left. So, it was like, so I don't know. I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff, dude. I've had to deal with homeless people trying to sneak in, and looking all fucking cracked out, and that's fun too. So, yeah.
Can I ask you what the guy drove? What the guy lost?
It was his wallet.
Oh, it was his wallet. Okay.
Yeah, it was his wallet.
Did he say so all of his shit was in it, like credit cards?
Yeah, and all of his stuff. Yeah.
That's like my worst nightmare. Like, I'll like randomly just I touch my ass like 100 times a day just to make sure that like my wallet's still in there. Like,
yeah.
Even if I haven't like touched it, I just keep feeling back there just to make sure it's there for like no reason. Like,
right.
Yeah,
right.
My worst nightmare.
No. And I had to do something like that today as well. Like I hit up an ATM, and and when I did it, I put my wallet on the ATM, and and so I wasn't sure, I wasn't sure if I actually grabbed it. Afterwards, it was actually like I had already crossed the street. I've already went a whole block over. I'm like, wait, did I actually grab my wallet? And so I had, so I put it in my backpack usually, and so I actually had to I stopped and I actually checked my backpack, and I was there, and I'm like Jesus Christ, why am I what's going on with me? Why is my memory just going to fucking shit? And just to where I have a random thought, I'm like, fuck, did I leave my wallet? Because the thing is, just going that far away, I could have already just fucking lost it, and someone could have already just ganked it. But so that was so for me, I'm like I can't fucking lose any of that shit right now. That'd be really fucking bad. So no. Yeah, it was pretty. So that was I don't know that. So I kind of go through that sometimes. Actually, a couple of times a week. I don't know. I just kind of take a second thought after. I'm like, wait, do I have everything? Um, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like kind of like that with like with people wearing like a mask, and they gotta like for instance, like one thing I really see commonly when people entering buildings out here is they know they gotta put on a mask when they're entering a building, and either they enter it and someone's like, yeah, you gotta have a mask on, or they get halfway there and they and then they're like, god damn it, fuck, I forgot my fucking mask. And there's it's just like there's so much of that I've seen already. Like, oh my god, there was one day where I saw it.
Cussing out loud about losing their mask.
Well, yeah, like they forget, they have to go back to their car to get the mask. There's just so much that's like, fuck. Yeah, like it's hilarious because it's just like everybody like yeah. And so
Sounds like me.
yeah, dude, like today, like for me, like I had I like so I wear my mask is a tactical mask, so it's like I could put it around my whole head, but I just use it as a it's like as if it was like a just a mask. Um and so I sometimes I forget to put it on before I like put my like bandana on and my hat. And the bandana sometimes, like, I don't always nail it every fucking time. Like sometimes I tie it too loose, and so it takes a couple of tries to get it right on some days. So today was one of those days. And so I'm like, all right, finally I got it. And then and then right before I was on my way out, I realized I didn't have my mask on. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta take my hat off and the bandana. I gotta put this shit on so it stays around my neck. And I gotta do it all over again. So it took me about 3 to 4 tries to to put my hat on today.
You're just like, fuck.
Well, yeah, because it's a bitch with the bandana, and like I have a strategy with wearing the bandana and the trucker hat, and it has a lot to do with hot weather. Like today, it got up to 90 degrees, dude. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be averaging around 90 out here for the next like 2 weeks. So it's just yeah, it's crazy, and yeah, like I was just talking to one of my neighbors, and they were saying that this is like the hottest. This is already looking like the hottest September out here since like 1940.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wake me up when September ends, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, right. Ugh. You know what? It's not a bad song. It's just when that song came out, I got burnt out on that really fast, and I never recovered from it.
Yeah, I mean, that song, for me, that song just, like, what up 10th grade, like, all 10th grade, like, I could not fucking escape that song, and I never really gave a fuck about it, like, but it's a great song, actually. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at it from, like, a fucking... I feel like this just got exponentially more, wow, big word there. Like, way more cussing with me on here, I feel like. So, I'm sorry to anyone in advance. Yeah, basically, I don't know, though, like, fuck Green Day. Like, they can really ass now. But, bringing that all back around to where we started talking about that, I'm very lucky to be working right now because not everyone is, especially all the kids out there that are burning shit down right now. That's all they have going on. So I feel very, very lucky to be working as much as I fucking hate it sometimes. Yeah. It just never gets old. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That's gonna be. I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be a staple.
Oh, me burping.
Yeah, well, me too. I've already burped a couple times
Yeah.
myself.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what, because I was okay. God damn, man. I really. God, man. Hold on. Let me. Oh God, I got a lot of gas.
You all right?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just. I'm very gassy right now. And so.
You gotta take a shit, dude.
No. I don't think so. I did earlier, but it didn't go. It didn't happen.
Why not?
I don't know. It's a good question. That's a good question.
Ghost turd?
No, no. Well, I ate a meatball sub and it was really good,
Oh.
but I didn't have to fucking face the wrath of that yet.
Was it a gas station meatball sub?
No, it was at the bar. It was actually a special, and like the bar and my bar actually makes good food, and like I mean it's really like it's not all like I don't know, it's not gross, and the guy that makes the specials up there, he kind of like is more considerate of health and all that, and so it always seems like he puts in good meat in there, and whatever he's doing, I don't know. I don't want to even get into the fucking. No. I don't want to get into the fucking meatball sub shit. All right, it was good. I fucking did it. I ate it. It was it was nice.
Sorry.
No. Okay. Where were we before that?
I don't know. I pretty much threw us all off.
Fuck. I wish I could rewind it, but I can't, because that would fuck everything up.
I was just saying that I'm very thankful to be working, and I forgot what we were saying before.
No, that wasn't it. Jeez. We're past that. I think yeah, like no. God damn it, dude. I fucking lost it. You know what sucks too is that I'm going to listen back to this and I'm going to be like, fuck. Was it really that fucking hard? So
no, we're just idiots.
yeah, that's true. And it's also fucking I don't know, man. I'm also a little drunk too, so I'm like fucking it's fine. It's fine. What the
You're
fuck?
drunk?
Yeah, I'm a little drunk right now. I've been.
You don't? No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
You don't sound like it.
Well, I guess I'm good at drinking.
You are pretty good at drinking.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I also smoked a little bit too.
Smoked what? The devil's lettuce?
Yeah, the lettuce. Bit of the lettuce.
How was that?
Well, it was good. Why would? Yeah, it's good.
Was it sticky icky?
I mean, it's just good shit, dude. Like I smoke some wholesome shit. Like
Wholesome? Like some Brady Bunch shit?
yeah, man. Like CBD. I consider CBD that fucking wholesome shit. So I fucking I just fucking I don't know, man. It's really all I smoke anymore. I got morning weed that has no THC in it or hardly any, like less than 1%, and then my evening shit has 10% THC and what 16% CBD right now. I think it's called that shit's called CBD Shark. So
Shark?
yeah, CBD shark, like the fish, the shark.
Oh, is a shark a fish?
I guess, I don't know. I mean, it has fins.
Is it like an evil sea creature? Like
Yeah, the evil sea creature shark.
is it a mammal? Like a dolphin?
I don't know. I don't fucking know. No, I don't know, dude. Like see, I'm not even. I mean, I could easily Google it right now. Maybe I will. Hold on. Wonder if
Did
I
you
can
know
add.
that dolphins have sex for fun?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. No, I really did. It's, yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But that furthers the argument about them being mammals and shit like that. And like, I don't know, they have sex for fun. We do too. And I mean, that's cool. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just cool, man.
Yeah, yeah.
What can you say?
Okay, I'm asking Google the question here. No, shocks. Wow, shocks. I'm talking in Boston here. Sharks are not mammals. Rather, they are a species of fish. Sharks have a skeleton that is entirely composed of cartilage and is equipped with leathery, tough, and scaleless skin. These skeletons differ greatly from those of the bony fish. So that's the answer.
Can we just talk like that the entire time?
Yeah, oh yeah, what the fuck? That's wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
That's wicked smart.
Wicked. Yeah, I don't think anyone will listen to that.
No. That's no, because people wouldn't find us all that genuine. It'd be because we're not from Boston, and it's not even a good example of talking like you're from Boston. It's just like, yeah, I'm from Boston, and I'm wicked smart.
Wicked smart.
I'm just a wicked smart kid from Boston, like Goodwill Hunting.
So, like, fucking, is it, do you know that it, like, sounds okay? Like,
I have no idea, but I'm hearing it through the headphones right now, and you sound pretty okay. And I don't know, given off the few that the few episodes I've done on here, like the ones I haven't put out and the ones I have, the sound is pretty accurate to what from what I listened back on. I just, I have my phone right up to the microphone, so it should be okay. I mean, this microphone's pretty good, and oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, I mean, I know I told you this already last night, but yeah, I dropped some money on getting some more equipment or gear, and I actually just bought another of the same microphone here, and I don't know if I really needed to do it, but I like good sounding shit, and this microphone has not let me down since the day I got it, and I feel like that would be great to have. So if I do have other people on in the future, they don't sound like shit. Their voices don't sound like shit, and they don't have an excuse. If they're like, "Why do I sound like shit?" I'm like, "Well, maybe it's because you sound like shit." So.
wow. Oh, yeah, wicked smart.
Oh yeah, that's because I'm wicked smart. I'm a wicked a wicked smart guy from Boston.
A wicked Scottish guy from Boston.
Wicked smart. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
I feel like anyone who's listening to this, like, is just, like, wow, they're fucking dumb as fuck. Not wicked smart.
Nah, you're wicked stupid. You're wicked stupid. Stupid.
Wicked stupid.
Wicked stupid.
So, like, can you like edit this? Like,
Yeah.
the need to?
Well, what do you mean by like? I mean, I can, but like, what do you mean? What do you mean specifically?
Like, if you listen back to it and you're like, yeah, this part's just dumb. Like, let me just like cut this out.
It depends if there's enough like pause or delay, like us not saying anything, which is kind of almost impossible right now. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna let it flow. It's gonna go either way. You know.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
gonna let it flow. Flo. I'm married to a woman named Flo.
Like the progressive lady.
Yeah. Well, who the fuck is even named Flo these days? Like what? It's kind of a gross sounding name.
That's what I was gonna say. It's pretty. Because what does that remind you of? Something.
It sounds like the flu. You know.
This makes me think of periods.
Oh yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing too. Like that was like my next thing. Like I got two things I'm thinking of, but when I think of flow, I think of like when you say flow, flu, tomato, tomato. What's the goddamn difference? And I mean there is a difference.
I guess none.
No, there is, cause like have you ever caught the flow?
Yes.
What, did you go to the fucking shelter and do a rap battle?
No. I don't know how to answer that.
Well, you said you have.
I'm not a rapper?
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, no, you said that you have caught the flow.
Yeah, well, not that kind of flow. A different kind of flow. A lot of ums here.
It's fine. Just let it away. Fuck it. As you did another one.
Yeah, because it's weird because, like, I kind of feel like I'm trying to keep this as, like, natural as possible.
You're doing fine.
We're just having a conversation, but, like, I keep remembering that you're recording it.
Right.
So then I start to feel dumb, and I start to feel like, all right, what are you gonna talk about now, you fucking idiot? Like,
Right.
Like, you say something interesting, you fucking moron. You don't know anything.
No. You see, you can't think like that. It's like you're fine. You're fine as it is. Like it's just, I mean, dude. I just fucking went for it really straight up here, and because I really, when it came down to it, you see, I just too, so God, wow, now you got me fucking thinking about it, Jesus, so, no, all right, how do I say this correctly and cleanly as grammatically correct as possible? No, I figured I would just fucking call you and just get right to it, because you and I, every time, the conversation you and I are having right now is a conversation you and I have any other fucking time. So it's, and if anything too, our conversations over the last 8 months or so, since I moved into this apartment, have pretty much inspired me to lean into doing this podcast. And yeah, I mean, that I was talking about doing this for a while, and I wanted to do it a couple years ago, and it didn't. But that wasn't gonna. I don't know. It just wasn't. It wasn't realistic. So yeah. No, not then. And I wanted to wait to do this until after I would be moving back, until after I've moved back, so that, because I felt like it would have been really cool to just kind of start off right away with just you and I doing this like all the time, but instead, dude, like, the thing is, it's like, who knows when the fuck I'm going back to Detroit? Who fucking knows? And I'm bored as fuck, and I think it also would be pretty cool to just start doing this more often, and and having people out here that I know uh, be on this, and have them talk and bullshit and rant the same way that you and I do it. Because I actually have gotten to know some pretty fucking cool people out here, and I think it'd be cool for others, especially I mean, like I said, 6 fucking people listen to this shit. Maybe 5. I think 6 is saying too much, too many, and it's a high number. And but I think it'd be cool for people to, for people to whoever knows us or know me and whatever, just to kind of get a little bit of like what life has been like for me out here, because yeah, I mean, I just kind of fucking pieced out, and I didn't really see a whole lot of people on my exit. So so yeah, and I think it's cool, and I think it's also cool just in that level, because there's also people out here that are curious about just life out in Detroit or Michigan, and because out here there's the friends that I've made, most of them are actually they're not from Portland and or Oregon or whatever, and so they all got their stories of how they ended up in Portland from wherever they came from, wherever USA, and so that's another reason why I would like to have these people on this shit, so that they can tell their story, because you can have a podcast, and you can have, and if you're doing big shit and you can have famous people on there, and that's interesting. It is like let's, without question, it's interesting to have, to have famous people. That's so funny hearing that fucking toilet go off. Yeah. Oh, I know. I know that this is that time of the night. Yeah. So, I'll. Okay. All right. I'll do what.
I'm kidding, by the way. So anyone's wondering.
Oh my god, that sounds so fucking good on my headphones.
What, the toilet?
Oh yeah, I can hear all the clanking and everything. Yeah. Well, all right. Okay.
Hey man, this is the real world. This is as real as it gets. This is the top of the mountain for me, buddy. This is it. Pinnacle.
Oh god. Okay. All right. John, and so John, dude.
John Wilson?
Yeah, John Wilson. JW, man. Fuck. You might be listening to this. You might not. You may have already given up on this on me, but I mean, you got every right to now when you're hearing B here fucking flushing toilets, but. But
welcome to my world, boy.
But all right, no. It's just JW gave me he gave me because he was one piece of advice was he was giving me was to power through shit. Kind of, I don't know. He knows that I'm powering through shit. He knows it, but I'm kind of just going off of something, just kind of fucking with him a little bit, just joking, and I'm like, look, J-Dub, I'm fucking powering through this motherfucker flushing toilets and shit right now. So, and he's probably looking at poop. Are you looking at fucking poop?
No, because these things got automatic flushers with batteries, so whenever they get up, it flushes it down. So
well, why are you flushing it?
Why?
Why are you flushing it then?
Well, because I go there to check the the toilet paper or whatever, and then I just get close enough to the toilet where the sensor picks up that someone's there, and then it flushes. And,
okay.
I should. That's got to be so loud.
Dude, you know what? We're gonna let it ride or let it fly. That's it. Let it ride or let it fly. The ride or die. Let it fly. What the fuck did I just say?
Like Freckers.
Yeah. Oh, keep on rolling, baby.
Yeah, keep on rolling, baby.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
What was I saying? Oh no, I was just saying like, I'm trucking along. I'm powering through. You're all your fucking you're clearly in a bathroom right now. Yeah. Yeah.
You were thinking you actually you made a good point. You were talking about like podcasts with like celebrities and everything like that.
Oh
like,
yeah.
like Joe Rogan. Like, don't get me wrong, like that shit's awesome, and everything like that. But like, I feel like there's a lack of podcasts with just like normal everyday fucking people, and just to hear how like an average goddamn person is like living right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And or at least maybe maybe there's more than I know that like everybody's kind of doing a podcast right now. But like,
Everyone is.
I mean, every podcast that I listen to is pretty much like either like a social commentator, a comedian, or a fucking actor, or So I think it's it's cool. I like I think people need to hear like from an everyday type of normal Joe Schmo as opposed to a celebrity or a comedian or something like that. So I think, and when you started doing this, like, would you start doing this like two weeks ago or something?
Yeah, something like. Well, I put out the first one about a week and a half ago.
Okay. Yeah.
And but I've been kind of fucking around with it for the last like about 2 weeks. So yeah, so this is still.
Like, I was really surprised. Like, I was really you kind of did it out of nowhere, and I didn't really know that you were gonna start doing it. And so I mean, it's kind of amazing that you're doing it, because like how we were just saying, like it just you weren't doing it when you were back home. It just wasn't the right time and whatever, and now you're goddamn doing it. So I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun so far, and I mean, shit, dude, I'm so fucking bored out here. I live in like, as you know, I live in this fucking tiny apartment. I don't have a TV. I don't have internet. I just have my little.
It's like a natural sound effect or something.
Oh my god.
Like you're sitting there trying to tell your story, and then there's just a toilet.
Oh god, yeah, man. You I feel like I got set up, dude. That was like, yeah.
I felt like I set you up, like
yeah,
like not on purpose though.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna get.
Another one's about to go off, I think.
Okay, I'll wait for that one to go off.
No, got lucky.
Dude, this shit's making me have to piss.
Go piss.
Well, all right. So, how many toilets do you have to flush?
Well, I only have to clean 2 bathrooms, and they're both pretty small.
Okay.
Right now I'm in the women's bathroom, and there's only 4 toilets, and then the men's bathroom has 2 toilets, and is it 2 toilets? I'm an idiot, and I can't remember right. It's either 2 or 3 toilets and two urinals.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So it's like nothing, yeah. It's a good job if you're lazy.
For sure. That's cool. I mean, fuck. What was I saying?
What were you saying?
Yeah, I was talking about. What wasn't I talking? Yo, no. You set me up to talk about me getting this shit going, and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Before I go piss, I'll finish that thought and say.
We can tell the story of piss too, but go ahead.
Yeah, no. We'll get into that. We can definitely get into that. But even to talk about, the thought of piss tubes making me have to pee even more. People right now are probably listening, like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
Fuck 'em. If they don't get it, if they're not down a piss tube after we explain it, then fuck them.
We'll get into it. No. We'll get in the piss tube. We can definitely get in the piss tube. But I'll finish my thought on the podcast by just saying this is just one of those fucking pandemic ideas that just, everyone's just starting their own little thing out of boredom because they're not working or whatever. I was kind of a late bloomer out of the whole thing. I just didn't dive into it back in March or April when everyone started just doing shit, whatever. And I kind of wish I did it then, but I mean, I don't know. You and I were talking about moving back, or me moving back, and I actually thought I would have been back by now, but just figured, hey, just get the ball going now, or rolling now, and just have fun with it and not take it so fucking seriously. And
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and so and I think that's actually what's making me really like doing it right now, is just to not take it seriously and not worry about people listening to it. I don't give a fuck how many people fucking listen to it. I'm already joking about how the 5 people that listen to this already, please don't fucking stop listening. Please. That's a joke. I don't give a fuck. You can peace out if you want. Yeah, you got my permission. You got my blessing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know about 5 people being interested in what we do, so we know all about that. So,
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Hey, you're absolutely right.
So anyone who's listening knows what we're talking about, probably.
Right.
Unless they don't.
Yeah.
Unless they just met us and they don't know us, and they're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Right. Okay. So all right. So we're gonna. Okay. So I'm glad you brought up piss tube, because that can be the next topic of conversation. So and being so fitting that I have to pee, I'm gonna let you tell everybody how the idea got started, and I will come back. I'll let you explain it from to the best of your memory, and we'll go from there.
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot here?
Yeah, no, you got no choice, because I'm not fucking pausing this shit, so it's gotta, yeah. And I'm probably fucking up the levels already, because I'm getting away from the microphone a little bit. It's fine though. Hold on, let me set this up. God damn, fucking, God, I hear it through my fucking headphone. Okay, all right. I'm probably sounding a little bit more distant. Oh God, I got so much fucking trash. Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
so
All right. So hold on. All right. God. All right. Go for it now. I'll be right back.
Okay, so basically, the story of piss tube. Yes, I'm saying piss like urine, pee, tube, like Tube. Yes, that's what I'm saying. There was one night where don't ask me the exact night. I don't really know, but a couple years ago, Harley and I were. I don't know what we were doing. We were probably getting fucked up, honestly, because we're fucking losers. And we were sitting around, and one of us had to pee really bad, and we were talking about how when you gotta pee really bad, it's like and you want to get up. It's terrible. When you're, even if you're not intoxicated, if you're just tired, or even if you're just a lazy fucking turd, and you don't want to get up to pee, so we thought of the idea of this thing called piss tube. Now basically it would be it's basically, some kind of, we're still working out the details. I mean, but it's basically one of my ideas of it was basically like a catheter that you would like shove up there, and then it would be connected. So, and then the tube would be, connected. You shove it up there. This is just one variation. I think we had a couple variations. You shove it up there, and so whenever, so if you're just laying there and you got to pee, and then the tube runs, if you can just run it outside, or you can drill a hole in your floor, or wherever your toilet is in the house, and you can just let it run into the toilet, and so, voila, you don't gotta get up to go pee. You can just basically piss yourself, but you're not pissing yourself because you got piss tube. Piss tube is the way of the future, and by 2040 we'll have some patents going on, and it's the future, man. Fucking piss tube. Are you back yet?
Yeah, well, I'm here. Yeah, and yeah. Well, you kind of dove into to what it evolved into, like the ideas. You kind of okay now. You and I have had conversations about the catheter idea, and I have told you that idea is a bit flawed, and
yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a bit flawed, and it's like, because you're talking about basically saving yourself from wetting the bed like a 7-year-old or fucking, and so, and I don't know, dude. I'm uncomfortable with catheters. I got a big fucking problem with sticking something up my dick hole. It just, and we talked about. I mean, we kind of like, you and I have been kind of going back and forth about that with, maybe trying to find something that's more of like along the lines of like sort of like a condom, and but that doesn't sound. Yeah, we were talking about something like that. I know it's been a few months since we really heavily discussed this.
Yeah. Over a year, dude.
No. We talked about this earlier this summer, back in June.
Have we?
Yep, 3 months ago we fucking talked about it.
Wow, you got a good memory.
It's just because this is an important idea that we have. We've been working on this. We've been working on this we've been working on this fucking shit for at least 2 or 3 years.
Working on it?
No, it's a work in fucking progress, dude.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, like, I mean, dude. Okay, think about it. We were on my couches, just getting fucking drunk and stoned, and talking about like just because I lived on that fucking second story of that house, and it was just neither you or I wanted to fucking venture down the stairs, which right next to the staircase is the bathroom. But it's just like, fuck, dude, I don't want to go down there. And it's or like, it's like we had those windows. There were windows around, and we were just trying to figure out a way to make like some type of tube that you could just piss into and have it out the fucking window, or just make it in such a way where it's like a fucking pipeline or pipe, like a plumbing type of situation, and it can just fucking kind of just spews out like it's part of like a gutter or some shit. And it's like, we thought about all these ideas to just do it. We thought about the ideas to where it would cost too much money, and then who knows how you could really set that up legally, and I don't know. You and I, we don't know how to really get fucking permits or whatever. I don't know. I mean, man, that was a loud one too. Yeah. So we go, we're fucking, but that's why we were trying to figure out like having it outside of the, like just have it out the window and do it that way, and I guess like problem solved. For that version of it, we were talking about like all these like ways to just evolve it and have it go from piss tube, the original classic piss tube to then piss tube 2.0, 3.0, as seen on TV, like have a commercial like that, like the fucking oh, what was the one guy? The fucking not Mr. Clean, but the fucking he had those
ShamWow?
yeah, ShamWow, the ShamWow guy. I always pictured us having commercials like that.
Didn't that guy die? Oh no, that's Billy Mays or Hayes. Was it Billy Mays or Hayes?
I don't know. It was Billy Mays, but isn't that the ShamWow guy?
Oh, I thought was Billy Mays the guy with the beard and
yeah, I think
hair?
So.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
hold on.
Was that him? I thought the ShamWow guy had like blonde hair. And
well, I think someone.
Well,
I think that guy may have replaced him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Billy Mays. Yeah, it was Billy Mays, and yeah, he died. Wow, man, he died 11 years ago. Holy fuck.
Did you just look it up?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Oh yeah, because he got replaced by, let me see here. I think it was this guy. This guy named Vince Offer, and apparently this guy fell under hard times. He's got some mugshots, and I don't know what's up with all that.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Man, they get some rough characters for the ShamWow, man. Damn.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm reading up what happened to him. Okay, ShamWow pitchman Vince Shlomi, I guess that was his name, was arrested on felony battery charges in Miami. This was 11 months or 11 years ago in Miami following a violent encounter with a hooker, according to blah blah blah. Yeah. After freeing his tongue, a bleeding Shlomi ran to the hotel lobby where security summoned cops. I don't know. I won't get into that one. That's just, I think that's really all we need to know about that one.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, that really took a drastic fucking turn. I didn't know that.
I expect that.
Yeah, so apparently it's like, it's kind of like a bit of a curse to be the ShamWow guy.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do. I haven't seen a ShamWow commercial in a long time though.
Well, someone probably bought the actual product, and they don't need to do commercials anymore. And yeah, I'm sure someone owns it now, and yeah, it's fine. And it's such a fucking name that everybody knows. So yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever.
ShamWow.
Yeah, God, that was so long ago. Yeah, I didn't know Billy Mays died 11 years ago. That's a long fucking time ago. I thought it was actually, I don't know. I guess I really haven't thought about the guy all that much.
Wow, screw you, man.
Yeah,
How dare you?
man. Yeah,
You need to think about him more.
yeah, I know. I am. I'm inconsiderate.
What a jerk.
God damn me.
So I was like 20 or 21 when he died. That
Yeah.
sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you and I are around the same age, so yeah.
We are?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Yeah.
If anyone can do the math, you do the math.
Yeah. Do the math. Whatever that means.
You go on and do the math, and you try and figure out how old we are. We're old. We're old men.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's gonna be older people that listen to this, and they're gonna be like, "Says you."
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyone who's older than we are, if you do the math, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you old. It's all in your head. Whatever. Age is just a number, and it's all in your head. Except when you're like 60, then you're fucking old. Then you're
Yeah,
definitely old.
but you should listen to old people though. I mean, dude, like I hang out with a lot of old people, and I've been doing that for the last few years, and uh, it's pretty. It's actually a. I think it's a good thing. I encourage anybody out there to make friends with an older person, and
Absolutely.
you're gonna learn a lot. It doesn't matter who they are. It could be your fucking neighbor. For me, it was. I mean, neighbors for me, or it could be the guy that you run into at the coffee shop, or it could be the guy who you order escorts from, the same fucking hotline. You just kind of grab the same. Yeah, escorts. Like, you grab like the same card at the same. Like, oh hey, what's going on? Yeah, all right. Hey Larry, what's going? Like, who you hanging out with tonight?
Like a whore? Like.
No, escort. There's a difference. There's a difference, B.
Oh, you mean a fancy hooker? Let's see.
Well, the thing is, you're not paying for the sex.
Oh, you're paying for the date. That's right.
You're paying for the date. The sex is up to the lady.
Up to the lady.
The lady. Bill Burr. Shout out to Bill Burr.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's up, Bill Burr?
Yeah.
Lady.
The lady. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Burr's the man.
Yeah, he is. I listen to his podcast a lot. His Monday morning ones. He does that Thursday one too. And yeah, and he does the one. He's got that one that he does with Bert Kreischer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, he's a funny dude. Obviously, because he's been a comedian for a really long time.
Yeah. Have you seen his latest special, Paper Tiger?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't watched. I've only seen like clips of it. I gotta watch the whole thing still, but like, goddamn, what I saw was fucking. I was like pissing my pants.
Yeah. He's so good, and he's a dude that obviously he triggers certain people to be like, that don't like him, but that's kind of like part of the gig with him is,
right.
but it's not like he's being fake about it. That's actually how he is. So,
right.
And that's why people really appreciate him, because he's actually being honest about it. So It's like, love him or hate him, that's who he is.
And it's, right now more than ever, culture as a whole needs people like him more than ever, because, with the way everything is, everybody gets offended by everything. You can't say anything without offending someone, and so, comedy, the way I see it is, a comedian like him, he's just flipping the bird to, PC culture in general, and I think that's very important, and we need that. We need people like him right now to basically just say fuck off, and so I love when comedians are, because that shit is really all this PC shit is really kind of made comedy. You hear all the comedians talk about it. It's made comedy. You can't say anything anymore. And what's the point of being a comedian? Can't make jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I love that motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah, and well, it's not just him, dude. It's just there's, I mean,
Right.
it's basically, I really, it's a funny thing, dude, because not to be ironic or whatever, no pun intended, but it's a funny thing to be able to just, for me, like I like listening to comedians and their actual like views and opinions because they're the ones who have a sense of humor, but they also but like as long as they don't do fucked up shit, like on their own personal time, like I don't know, like they got some pretty they got point they look at life in a certain way, and they they look at it from a certain perspective because people in entertainment, I mean, they're fucked up people. Comedians, artists, music artists, we're all fucked up. So and know that's fact. And but we look at life. Well, we look at life in a different, I think, in a different perspective in that sense. But for comedians, they know how to really they're kind of like they're putting themselves at risk by telling a certain joke, and then when it gets rejected, even if when it wasn't, even if it's not like a joke that's really all that bad, yeah, especially if it's not bad, there's still someone out there that's gonna get offended by it, and and much of the argument with comedians, with having people attend their shows, it's just like it's. I think Bill Burr even said this. He said this at one point. He said, basically in a sense of like, when you signed up, it's like that's what you kind of signed up for when you fucking attended a comedy show. The fact, basically why, who the fuck made the fucking rules to that, to say that you can't say this or that. Sure, there are certain things you can't really say. There is a line that does that, there is a line that can be crossed where it's like, okay, that's actually not cool. But I think that's something that most people kind of know as like as like common sense. So, but for someone like him and Andrew Schultz, like whoever, like these type of cats, they, they're, they're sticking to being themselves, and those two guys, they're like, let's see, Andrew Schultz is 36, Bill Burr is 52. That's that's a 16-year age gap right there, but they're kind of thinking in the same realm, but they're not alone in that sense. And it's just like, it's like,
no.
I mean, you can't, you have to like, you, I just don't understand. I guess like my thing is just, I have a hard time I get frustrated with people not being able to fucking take a joke, and and it's killing. That's and yeah, when we're like, when it comes to certain things, there are certain things that you really shouldn't say, but then there are so many other things that are kind of being put out there that you can't say, but you really can. It's not really like, it is kind of bogus when there's just like, you got kind of like a little bit of a internet mob, going in there like, what the fuck, like you can't fucking say that, and then that can bleed into these bullshit tabloid journalists that are like, so Bill Burr just said this, and would you believe it? He actually fucking went there with that, and it's just like, and that's the thing too, and it's just, it's like, it's not quite TMZ shit, but it's not, because TMZ would eat that shit up, but it's just these little fucking like BuzzFeed or whatever the fuck, just being like, oh my fucking god, here it is on Snapchat, here's our little article, really sticking it to him, and
time to cancel him.
yeah, oh yeah. everybody gets fucking canceled these days, and it's just, like there's quite a few of them that get canceled for to a degree where it's like really like that's it that's it. Like there are certain serious shit to where you're gonna be like, okay, maybe that's too hot to fucking touch, back away from that. But there's just like, yeah, like yeah, if it's over a joke, that's what I'm saying. And it's getting more and more sensitive, and it's just like for me, like for me, like what I love about Andrew Schultz was he videos he has like a video like production set up with for his YouTube channel, and every time he goes and performs at a club, they have a setup, like a video setup, and so he'll do like these he'll do these videos of where he goes and performs at, and it's kind of like a little recap sort of in a way of what he did lately. And he what made me discover him was he was ripping on this guy in a wheelchair, and he was really ripping on the dude because the dude was kind of ripping on him, but the dude was ripping on him, and it was pretty fucking it was hilarious. And yeah, it was this dude in a wheelchair, but the thing was, it was all good because the dude, he was Andrew Schultz. He actually helped the dude carry the dude, I think, like up the stairs into the club or down the stairs.
Really?
Either way, he like helped him, in one of those ways. And so, and so, yeah, and the dude in the wheelchair, yeah, he got ripped on pretty hard for being disabled and being in a wheelchair, but he went along with it. Like that was like he really didn't give a fuck, and that's how I would be too. It's just you go there, and geez, especially if you speak out. I mean, God, man, you're begging to be a target for for the comedian to fucking come at you with some type of joke. So it's part of the show.
Right.
It's part of the show. It's part of the act. They're putting on an act, and that's the thing too that needs to be that people need to be reminded of. And yeah,
Right.
so yeah, and yeah, so it's I don't know. It's silly to me when it's like when it gets put in that kind of context where. Yeah, where someone's just like, well, no, you can't say that. Nah, no, I think you fucking can. It's just if you say it in really bad taste in a way where you actually are sincere about the insult, being the comedian, then that's a different story. Then that means that means you are being like, that's where it is in not in bad taste. So, and
context is king.
yeah, and so yeah, like it, yeah, like these fucking so there's just people out there that don't really look at it that way. They're just like, oh my God, I can't believe he fucking said that. He fucking said that, or she fucking said that. It's just like, it's like chill, motherfucker. Like, it's part of the show. It's what you fucking paid for, and. Yeah, and you can just fucking leave if you don't like it. If it's not your fucking cup of tea, then just get the fuck out. That's what it is.
Exactly. It's like those people that like heckle the comedian. Like, I'm sure you probably watch those videos where there'll be, a comedian doing his thing, and then some dumbass, and it's usually a white, what do they call them? Karens now? I think that's what the kids call them now.
Yeah, the Karens. Yeah.
Just a dumb, just a dumb woman in public who thinks she's more important than she actually is, and she gets offended by a joke, and she's like, but that, and then the comedian's like, has to shame them in public. Why would you yell at a goddamn comedian when you paid money,
right?
When you paid money to go fucking, they're gonna destroy you.
Right? They don't fuck around.
Why would you idiot?
Yeah. Yeah. No. That's the thing. Like what sense does it make to lash out like that when there's a whole audience that's actually like that's not offended. What I mean, and these guys, these people, and these guys and gals, they get paid. They get paid to talk, and they get paid pretty well, and they're very good at it, and they're very good at being very funny. So, oh fuck, I can't stop burping, dude. But so you know, you lash out and be a heckler. One, you look like a fucking piece of shit. You're an asshole, and two, you're gonna look really fucking dumb. And and that's another reason why I think I think it actually is. It serves a bit of a purpose to actually to listen to a comedian right now too during these times, because I think they got a pretty good fucking grasp on the world and society and shit. They know how to make a large group of people laugh. So they have that power and ability to be able to make people laugh. Not everybody laugh apparently, um but they they know how to how to be lighthearted, for what it's worth, and I don't know, dude. They have a particular power and they have a voice, and it's great when these comics fucking when they want to like extend on it outside of their act and talk shit. And yeah, it's awesome because I agree with a lot of them in the fact of like especially when they talk about how fucking crazy the world is right now. So when they and they all got all sorts of different opinions too. But it's just great to see it's great to hear when they actually are talking some sense, whatever their fucking views are.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And, that's the beauty of, you can disagree. You can disagree with someone and you can still think it's funny and you can still be friends with that person. You know what I mean? You don't have to agree with everything all the time. And, it's funny that, out of all the people in the world, that you would look to kind of find, some guidance, and when you're trying to sort through this, fucking crazy cesspool of world that we're living in, which is very confusing, and it's hard to make heads or tails of it. It's funny that half the people that you and I would look to for guidance, are comedians, and and the thing about it is too is like there's so many like Carlin, like I haven't even that's one dude I've been that I've been putting off diving into his material. I just haven't dove into his material yet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it's pretty pretty heavy. You know what I mean? Like he says a lot of real true shit, and I think there's a part of me that's kind of apprehensive to dive into a shit, because once you dive into it, it's like, oh boy, here we go. Here's some truth right here, and it's like you got to kind of really, prepare yourself for that sometimes, because sometimes you're not in the mood. Sometimes you just want to ignore the goddamn world and be like, yeah, this shit isn't happening just for the sake of your own sanity, but and then you got Tennyson, you know what I mean? So there's like a whole other generation of like, comedians that like I haven't even looked to yet.
Well, don't forget Dave Chappelle. I mean, that guy.
Yeah.
Dude, Dave Chappelle, man, that guy. Everybody looks at him, and everyone looks at him not only as the GOAT. Like every comedian looks at that guy as the GOAT now, and he, that dude can that guy can rip some fucking amazing fucking jokes and make you fucking laugh your ass off, but he can also get real with you too. at the same time. And that's a dude who also understands his voice and his power, and he understands how to communicate with anybody, and he's really good at that. And that's a I think to me I think that's a rare thing. He's very similar to like a Joe Rogan or whatever, and I wish that him and Joe Rogan would do an episode together. I think that would be a really interesting conversation, but it seems like it seems like Dave Chappelle either doesn't want to do it, or Joe Rogan might be like maybe like protecting him from doing it. But at the same time, I don't know. I think Dave Chappelle should totally go on Joe Rogan, especially now, man. Like him getting on Spotify. That I've been looking at that lately. Him going on Spotify and just I actually listened. I've watched a couple of his recent podcasts through that. I love it way more than going on YouTube already. I'll say that much. It's more convenient, and and I don't know. It just seems like it seems like that it was a good move, and he's really taken the next step in his career with all that. So and it kind of inspires me to want to further this little project to eventually going on a platform like Spotify, because I used to be really big on YouTube. And geez, I'm gonna talk shit on YouTube for a second. And yeah, and it's funny because this is gonna be on YouTube. Yeah, like oh yeah, as if they're gonna look at me. Like there's billions of videos on that shit. But I think I don't know, because I would love to eventually expand on going there, because I like the idea of using Spotify. I was already thinking, I had really been looking at Spotify in certain ways, and then I really couldn't really put a solid idea together, and then Joe Rogan signs that fucking massive deal with them, and then it kind of like opened the floodgates on not only what I could do, but I know that there's so many other people out there right now that are looking at what he's doing, and thinking of what they could do with their ideas and move that shit over to Spotify. Spotify has got to be right now thinking like yes, here we go. We're gonna fucking we're gonna eat up a lot of fucking business and shit, and it could actually I wonder how much the Joe Rogan move is gonna affect YouTube, to the point where YouTube's just like goddamn that motherfucker, and but YouTube kind of like fucked itself with all the monetizing and shit like that, and all this stuff, and Joe Rogan became too big for YouTube, so he took matters into his own hands, and dude wanted to get fucking paid too, so yeah, and like I don't know, you can't blame a guy like that, and it inspires me to think about the future of whatever the fuck I want to do with entertaining and and all that shit.
Did you know that before all the COVID shit started, that Rogan and Chappelle were, I don't know if it was a tour or a couple shows or a special that they were gonna do. I think it was a tour that they were gonna do together. Did you know that?
I think I heard something like yeah, that's right. I think it was actually supposed to happen like right now, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think it either like right now or like early, sometime in the summer or some shit. It was supposed to happen, but yeah, that would have been. I would have bought tickets to the show.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty expensive ticket too, but it would have been worth
Probably.
it. Yeah, I mean, no, like comedy tickets are. I mean, shit, man. I mean, that is pricey. You better fucking go to that shit if you're paying for it.
Oh, you bet your ass.
Yeah, so
I've
yeah.
never been to a real. I've never been to a comedy show in general, even a shitty one.
Well, wait a second here. Define a shitty one so that amateurs don't get offended by you.
It'd be like when you did stand up, it'd be like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So an open mic.
Yeah, like an open mic.
Yeah.
Like it's all noobs.
Yeah,
You know?
dude. I fucking, I wish, I wish, I kind of wish I'd stuck with it at the time, but I didn't have enough. I just didn't have enough in me to stomach like double the rejection when it came to okay. So like when it comes to playing in a band, like you, of course, you and I have lived through this so many times and in on several bands and nights uh, where we play a show, we put our fucking hearts into it, we put everything into it every fucking time, and sometimes we play to a good crowd, and other times we play to nobody, like literally fucking nobody, and sometimes we do that in the middle of Iowa, which we have done. And
to the bartenders.
yeah, maybe the bar, and the one guy who's sitting at the bar with his back turned to us.
Yeah. Didn't that guy wasn't he like hell yeah like?
No, all he did when we were done playing, he just he did one single clap, and went woo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So anticlimactic.
I think he was happy that we were done playing. Now that I think about it, like I don't think it was really applauding. Yeah. I don't think it was applauding our set. I think it was just him being like, "Great, I can go back to drinking in peace."
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. Yeah.
No, fuck no. So we went to Iowa. We went all the way to Iowa to have band practice.
Yeah, well, we did that a lot, so.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there were fun times with that, though. I guess like the traveling aspect with it was pretty fun.
One thing I do miss is even though I don't really drink anymore, and I don't really know. I mean, if I was drinking the way that I used to, I would have fucking wrecked myself by now. Because I'm so bad. I'm pretty bad at drinking. I just don't know when to fucking stop. And
yeah,
I have a good personality, and but one thing I do kind of miss though is being drunk in a place I've never been. There's just something there's something magical about it. You know what I mean? You're just all drunk and you're where? Yeah. And you look around and you're where the fuck am I? You know?
Yeah.
I have to go play music in front of these people I don't know in an hour, and I'm hammered. Oh fuck! Woo! Yeah.
Right.
I do miss that, but.
Yeah. Oh no. That shit was so fun, and no, it's definitely a good time, because the thing is, I think what the thing is though too is once you realize that you're away from home, however far away it is, and you're not going home that night, and you're gonna be pressing onward to the next place, you just kind of you have no choice but to embrace it and just have a good time at that point. So, and yeah, it's for sure it's fun, and I mean you got one job. You got one job that day, and that's to play your instrument and play some songs. And the thing is, there have been a few occasions where we might not have really done that entirely. So, but there were not.
I don't know. I felt pretty good at it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we had a good track record of doing it, but there were some nights where I know that we're just a bit belligerent. we're like maybe it wasn't the best set that we played, whatever. But the thing is, it's like those are. It's kind of like in a way, it's a little bit of micromanaging within yourself, and because you know what sounds good, and you know how you wrote the songs, and you know, or like your parts in particular, and it's like you can be like fuck man, fuck, I fucked up, and I you know, but more often than not, no one else is gonna fucking notice. So it's
No.
it's a funny thing. I mean, there are probably there's probably a few sharp ears in the room that would be like, I heard that, I heard him fuck up, but it doesn't matter, dude. I mean, like
It
we.
depends on what you do with it. If you're just like, if you fuck up and you're like, hey, I fucked up. You know, hey, everybody.
Yeah, right.
Like, I fucked up. Like, yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Then, like, who gives a shit?
Right. You can't dwell on it especially while you're on stage. You gotta, you know, you gotta power through. See, JW, there it is, power through. No, you gotta fucking power through it, man. So, no, you just, if you fucked up, oh fucking well, just keep going. And yeah, and
Just
that's
like this podcast.
yeah. Oh, right. So just, you know, just keep going. Like, I already know that off this little sesh that we're doing, I know we forgot to really press on a couple of topics, but oh well, fuck it, dude. Like, that's just kind of like how our conversations go. Anyhow, we just keep fucking going. Um, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're talking about music. I was actually making a point about comedy, but we're talking about music.
Yeah, it's not that.
But yeah, no, it's too late. We're past the comedy thing. One thing I will say to end the comedy thing was because I was talking about when we were talking about stand up and me doing it, and uh, the worst advice I took from somebody was from like the most well known local comedian in the room, and he and it was because I brought 20 of my fucking friends into this little tiny fucking room. I kind of stole the show a bit, and I was in, you know, I ripped jokes. I was telling jokes, and the ones that were really like killing were the ones about my disability. And I mean, fuck, dude, they were funny. Fuck them. And so, and I know they were funny because everybody in the fucking room were actually laughing, and like they were actually legitimately laughing. And so, you know, and yeah, and you know what a legit laugh is. And so this guy comes up to me after, and he's just saying like, he goes, yeah, you don't gotta do that. You don't gotta always like do jokes on your disability. And
What?
oh yeah, that was the very first piece of advice I got in stand up. And so I backed off on it, and I tried other jokes, and I fucking I bombed. I bombed every time after that. So it
Oh man.
yeah, and so that was like, you know, that bummed me out. I'm like, well, Jesus Christ, this guy got in my fucking head. And so, you know, I only learned that lesson after I quit, and it was just, you know, like I said, I did it for a month, and I'm like, oh, I'm already in a band, and that's already kind of brutal right now, playing to fucking hardly anybody, and uh, yeah, and so it's just, it got fucking brutal, and so
I can't believe some guy had the nerve to walk up to you and be like, "You don't have to always talk about that."
yeah,
I don't know anything about comedy. Like, I'm not funny at all, but like, you know,
Well-
that guy was probably just, he saw you, and you know, he saw you making everybody laugh, and he was probably like, "Why can't that be me?"
Well,
Like,
the thing was, he was a dude who was going around. He was actually he was a guy that was actually going and traveling around the state. I think he would maybe go to like Ohio here and there, maybe, and do sets. I think he ended up opening for somebody. I don't remember who. He was I don't think he really ended up doing anything. I don't know if he actually is still doing it. He had been doing it for quite a while back then. This was back in 2014, and so he had quite a few years under his belt already, and I watched him. I watched his set a few times. He didn't really. He hardly watched my set ever. So that was another thing where I'm just like, fuck you, and yeah, but he fucking. But I would watch him every fucking time because I wanted to. It's like all right, if this guy's giving me advice, I would like what the fuck's up with him. So and he did have a good flow. He actually had a good like he knew what he was doing as far as doing like 8 minutes or whatever, and that's typically a time frame that you get at an open mic and shit like that, and you get 8 minutes roughly, and like that's kind of sometimes that's actually a generous amount of time. um there were times where where I was given like 10 minutes, and so I went over I mean I did go over one time too, and but I guess it was fine, and so and it was just it was just like it was just that I should not have taken that guy's advice, and I think that's also a lesson learned too. Is that it's like it's good to take advice from others, but um but if you're taking advice from somebody who's really kind of like saying that your meat and potatoes are are a bit like overdone, uh, if someone's like saying that, then I think you kind of gotta like either take it with a grain of salt or whatever, and just be like, well, I could listen to him, or what does my gut feeling say? Like, do I just stick to my guns? And my gut feeling did tell me to say to basically have that guy go fuck himself, but I listened to him out of just being a guy being a dude who's never done it before, just going into it and just seeing what happens, and just respecting the other people who actually really care about it, who've actually been trying to get into it. But they're no different from the local musicians you and I have been around over the years. It's the same fucking thing. So it's like imagining being very new to the music scene, not knowing a goddamn thing, and yet you're going, and yet I won't name names or anything, but like, I mean, I don't know, take like the yeah, take like the standard take the standard local musician who doesn't really quite know everything, but he's got like a bit of a following, and uh and so he's got a bit of an ego going to him, and he's all like, he's like, well, I've got 35 people looking my way at what I do. So take it from me, kid. Yeah, take it from me, kid. Here, listen to me. This is what you do. If you want 35 people in your room, and yeah,
if you never want more than 35 people, listen to what I have to say.
Yeah, and look. It's like you can either, and there's a fine line into just wanting to do it for fun, not giving a fuck who's in that room or not, and wanting to fill up the room. And I think,
right.
And for me, I'm always the guy that wants to fill up the motherfucker, every
right.
fucking time,
Yep.
even if I know there's no fucking chance of it happening. But it's like that's what I strive for, because I love performing in front of as many people as possible, even if it makes me fucking nervous as shit. There's like a certain adrenaline rush to it, and it's just a fucking blast. So it's like, to me, I'd rather just fucking do that, and plus it's a learning experience either way too. I don't know. I get off on that shit. So, yeah, and so, yeah. I mean, because I don't know. That's just going off of just. I mean, like all the times I've played music and in bands in front of how I don't know. There's like hundreds to hundreds of people to like like you and I doing playing what the Jamboree Festival in Toledo, uh, long fucking time ago, and I mean shit, how many fucking people were at that shit when we played? And we opened it, and there weren't. I mean, there were a lot of fucking people there, but that was just the beginning of the fucking day. So
Yeah, it was probably like 500 or 600 people right in front of us.
I think it was at least 600 people, and yeah, it was no, that was a big fucking. I mean, that was a big deal to us too, to play in front of that many people, and when you're playing to like that kind of like to those kind of numbers, even though you can play in front of even like astronomical larger numbers, it's still just kind of like holy fuck, this is a lot of people looking at us right now, like
dude, that shit is like a drug, man. Like that shit is absolutely like a drug, you know? Like why you would wanna why you would wanna just keep playing to like 20 people when you can find a way to play for like that many people or more. Like I don't know why. But yeah, like you said, I mean some people are content with whether you're a comedian, a musician, or whatever the fuck you do performance wise. Like some people are content with doing it for fun and playing in front of, no more than like 30 people if you're lucky, and then other people just, they gotta have more like us. Like I can't just, like I was doing that shit, like when I was like 15, I was playing like cool shows. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Like, I'm not trying to do the same shit I was doing when I was 15. Now, granted, I'm not doing anything, which is a whole different story. But sorry, I think I kind of derailed your point maybe a little. Nice.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
God, I wonder how many times I've burped. I think I'm setting a new record, a new podcast record.
So. I think that's like 10. We should get a burp counter.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I got my first YouTube comment today, or actually it happened a couple of days ago. But I checked on my on the channel today. Like there's like an analytics app I have on my phone, and I checked it and I saw that I got a comment. I'm like, oh my god, someone actually fucking listened to this, and yeah, and so yeah, it was just fucking yeah. This guy appreciated my it was the last episode I did, and I was talking. There were some things I was talking about Portland and why why I love living out here, and he addressed my views on that, and then he also addressed my burping because I had a burp PSA, and so he acknowledged that, and I guess he was probably he's some YouTuber as well, and but the guy actually listened to the whole episode from what I read on the comment. I'm like this guy actually listened to it. So the thing was, he was just he said he basically said that he appreciated the burping, and he says that he sometimes counts how many times someone burps and shit like that. So I'm like, yeah. And I was looking at his videos, or like his video titles, and there's actually burping involved. I think his YouTube channel specializes in burping. So it might have had something to do with like hashtags I made for the video. So
no, just some random guy.
Yeah, just some random dude. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, thank you to that guy. I think your name was Jacob. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Jacob.
Yeah, thanks for appreciating the burping. Come to Portland sometime. Yeah. After it's done being on fire every night.
Yeah, that'd be great if that could stop.
Yeah. Well, we won't get into that tonight, but
nah.
Yeah, but yeah, show up after the coast is clear. So, and plus, I mean, we still got COVID and shit too. Travel when it's safe. do whatever. So, yeah.
We're all gonna die. No, I'm just kidding.
No. No, I think this shit's eventually gonna die down. I haven't really kept up with the cases, really. I don't think really anybody has. And like,
It's dumb.
yeah,
Very, very dumb.
it's we were talking about that fucking ticker that some of these channels have, these networks.
The death ticker, yes.
Yeah, the death tick. Yeah, and where they just where it's like, oh, here's a new case every fucking half second, and yeah, it's like keeping score or checking the fucking or checking the fucking stock market.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's so fucking weird to me.
It's like CNN's version of, it's like a game of football to CNN.
Yeah.
Like,
It's well, it's not just those motherfuckers too. I mean, like all these.
Yeah.
I mean, all these networks participate in that shit, and it's like,
yeah.
I don't know, because what was it? We were talking about this last night. About like, what was it? These networks sell you fear and anger, and it's up to you to fucking.
That's it.
It's up to you to buy into it if you want. So, to me, it's some fucking goofy ass shit.
The thing is, too, is like if you're not, like if you get your information from the mainstream media, like forget about it. Like your perception is fucked. Like, because you're not getting any, like you might be getting like bits and pieces of like the true story, but like they're like shaping it the way, like in a different kind of way. You know what I mean? And in some instances, they just completely flat out fucking lie. In fact, that's becoming more of a thing. So these people, a lot of these people that are running around fucking angry, they're getting their information from CNN or MSNBC or, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like if you just do like 5 seconds of research, it's so easy to find. That's the beautiful thing about all this shit going on right now, is that we have the goddamn internet now.
Right.
So it's not hard to find the truth. All you gotta do is do a little bit of digging and it's right there. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, yeah. It's all these networks, dude. CNN, Fox News. It's just, it's they're all fucking full of shit, and they'll tell you the stuff that like the certain little details that are true, and then they'll have someone come in and like, here's my opinion, and you're gonna listen to me, and that's the power of influence, and it's just like, it's just dangerous shit, and and so I don't know, it becomes more and more difficult. No, I don't. Oh no, it's not difficult. I lost all faith in all that shit 5 years ago, and it was the last election too. It was the last election where I really fucking saw it, and I think a lot of other people did too. And that's where it really started kind of opening everyone's eyes a little bit more. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. If you're one of those people out there that's getting your information from these fucking networks, fucking don't.
Just stop.
Don't. It's like if you're looking for if you're looking to take things with a grain of salt, then fine, do that. I do that too, but thing is, if I really want to fucking dig into something, I'll look elsewhere. I'll be like, okay, that's the top story apparently, or those are the top headlines. All right, so yeah, it's just just stop.
Keep in mind, they don't have your best interest at heart, and they don't give 2 flying fucks about you.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind before you go believing CNN or MSNBC or,
Fox.
What's funny is you brought up Fox. I mean, I'm not.
You don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. Don't defend. They're it's no better.
To play devil's advocate, they are the only ones that I see any facts coming from at all. But that's a whole other conversation within itself. So
yeah, no. Well, I have to. I have to disagree. I'm just gonna tell you, it's all shit. All of it. All of it is shit. So, and it's just, it's all shit. So, I don't know.
Trust me, I can't believe that just came out of my mouth. I mean, it's not the first time I said it.
You can, you can take it back if you want.
No. I stand by what I say.
Okay.
I stand my word.
All right. That we'll let that be as it is.
That's right, cunt. No, I'm just kidding.
Man, fuck you.
Cunt.
Cunt.
We just lost 5 listeners.
Yeah, all 5 of my subscribers.
Yeah, they're all triggered.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. Well, all right, look, dude. All right, so we're coming on we're actually past 2 hours right now, and so
Wow.
yeah. I think we're gonna wrap this up in a couple of minutes because this has gone on a long time, and who knows if anyone's ever gonna fucking get through all this. But I think this was pretty great. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this again for sure. We'll definitely do this again soon. There's definitely a couple of, I don't know, you and I can talk about whatever the fuck. There's so much shit you and I can talk about, so it's like, I'm not really worried about it. I had some bullet points tonight, just in case you and I kind of hit a wall, but, well, that wasn't one of them. Man, you're still flushing toilets?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, so alright, well, we're gonna leave this off here. I'll say this though. I'll say this here, B, is that I'm glad you and I did this tonight. Yeah, I think I'm still glad that we did this tonight. And I think it's just good to we have some good fucking talks, and I just want to fucking bullshit and rant, and I want to do it again, and I'm gonna have other people, and that's one other thing I want to say too, really quick, is that I'm gonna have other people on this podcast soon. I dropped some money on some shit so I can actually have people from out here in Portland to do it with, and not just Biz out here from the phone, even though we'll do it again like this. And I think that's, and I said this last time, that I think that having another person on this is what's been missing, and I hope that all of you, whoever may listen to this, I hope that you hung in here in this, or you're just gonna listen to the fucking goddamn clips if you don't have no fucking patience, which I'm gonna have to fucking spend for fucking ever to fucking do, because it's a fucking 2-hour podcast. So I'm gonna be spending all goddamn day tomorrow editing all this stuff.
You idiot.
Yeah, it's not my fucking, well, it's not entirely my fucking fault, but it's what I chose to do. So, all right, B. So I'm gonna hang up on you in a second here. I'm gonna call you back though after this, and we'll chit chat for a few. and I'm gonna sign off out here, and wrap this bitch up. So, B, thanks
Put a Jimmy
for
hat on it?
yeah. What's that?
So put a Jimmy hat on it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. All right. B, thanks for doing this tonight, and yeah, this was fun, and we'll do this again really soon. And is there anything that you would like to say to the wide world of the internet?
Yes, I would. That's
What?
about it.
Wonderful. So, okay. Well, we will leave it at that. All right, B. Well, I'll call you back here, and yeah, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, man.
All right, see you fuckers.
All right, later.
All right, bye.
All right, so that was my buddy B, Biz. So now you know who he is. I didn't mean for that to fucking rhyme in that way, but I did. I'm clever. I'm a songwriter. I'm a lyricist. I make things rhyme. I like to pick things up and put them down. Not really. I'm trying to work out. Oh, we didn't talk about working out. Whatever. That was something I will save for another occasion. All right, well, that's it for me. I am Harley Moon. Oh, shit, before I sign off, don't forget to subscribe to this shit, man. Come on. Getting it going. I'm getting some subscribers going on here. Like my fucking videos. Subscribe to this shit. Follow me on Instagram at Harley Ryan 13. If you want to email me with any questions, inquiries, whatever the fuck, email me at onthemoonpodcast@gmail.com. Okay, that is it, motherfuckers. It is fucking 2:30 in the morning here. I'm all hopped up on Red Bull now. God damn it. I'm gonna need to fucking chill the fuck out and start winding my ass down so that I fucking sleep for more than 4 hours. Oh, God. Did you know that Donald Trump sleeps for 4 hours on average? Jeez. I don't like sharing that with him. It is what it is. I'm not voting for him or Biden. Fuck them both. So that's it. I am Harley Moon, and this has been the On the Moon Podcast.